squares and cobbled streets of the old town,
You were going to say something.
we recommend going on a guided walking tour.
Aha! Okay.
Ah, okay.
Right. There we go. Hi guys! Today we're going to be looking into Dubrovnik in Croatia. So in one of our previous videos we looked into Croatia as a whole and the best places to visit in Croatia. In that video I said that I would like to look into Dubrovnik just because Game of Thrones was filmed there, and well, yeah, big fan.
Also because it's a beautiful place and it looks
that as
awesome.
well, but yes. Game of Thrones, come on. So yeah, let's jump in. I'm excited. Ooh. Ouch. Needs a table. Good start.
What's up guys, we're here in Dubrovnik, Croatia, and in this video we're going to show you the best things to do in and around the city. So hope you enjoy it.
Ooh,
this is cool.
I like this.
Dubrovnik is located in the south of Croatia and is relatively isolated from the rest of the country due to a small nook of Bosnia and Herzegovina that intersects the land connection. For centuries, Dubrovnik was an independent republic, thriving through extensive trade with other maritime ports. However, the city also suffered attacks, of which the early 90s war was the most devastating one. Today, Dubrovnik is considered the most picturesque city on the Dalmatian coast, thanks to its stunning architecture, beautiful scenery, and ancient walls that once protected the Republic. In this video, we highlight 10 of the best things to do in and around Dubrovnik, including an exciting day trip to its neighboring country. Make sure to watch until the end, as we also reveal our top travel tips for your Dubrovnik trip. Now let's dive in. We are Zach and Ina. We make helpful videos about destinations around the world so you can easily plan your own adventures.
I really like how they
do it's got a really cool style, especially the good use of Google Earth.
is the beating heart of Dubrovnik, and generally the first and foremost place that you'll visit. It's listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is full of historic landmarks, such as the beautiful city walls and Rector's Palace. And while it's pleasant to just stroll around the marble-paved squares and cobbled streets of the old town, we recommend going on a guided walking tour to understand Dubrovnik's history and culture on a deeper level. Find a link to the free walking tour that we did.
There we go. Oh no, what did I do?
What did you do?
I have no idea.
2,000 years later.
My bad.
Stroll around the marble-paved squares and cobbled streets of the old town.
You were going to say something.
We recommend going on a guided walking tour.
Aha! Okay.
Ah, okay.
Right. There we go. So I went on a free walking tour in Paris, and that was really, really cool. Okay. So obviously you know about the main attractions. So in Paris, obviously you've got Notre Dame and various other places. So you kind of, you know where they are and what they look like. But with the walking tour, it explains like the history behind those places, the history behind the city, how things actually became, a bit more about the locals and how people lived there. Yeah. And I just found it was really informative because it sort of fills in the blanks rather than it just being, you know, bricks and mortar, here's a building. It's like, well, actually, this building was created because of this, this and this, and this revolution, you know, it's barely alive today and that sort of stuff. So it's really interesting. Like it just adds another layer behind places.
I can see that.
So
I've never done a guided tour or walking
I think
tour.
that's something we should maybe not necessarily just with Croatia, but anywhere we visit is something we should recommend.
Okay.
Let's continue.
To understand
Dubrovnik's history
and culture on a deeper level. Find a link to the free walking tour that we did in the description below.
My name is Marco. I'm a free Dubrovnik guide. It's really beautiful as you see around, but it's also for the tours, let's say, it's really easy to navigate. Everything is inside of the wall, so it's really simply to visit these things in a really short period, same as museums and other things.
Nice.
Sunset at Mount.
Oh, you gotta climb
the
up
steep hill
there.
just behind the walled city of Dubrovnik offers
Yeah.
stunning views over the old town as well as the neighboring islands. You can decide to walk or take the cable car to the summit.
Yes, I think
The cable
we'll take
car
the cable
leaves
car.
near the old town, while the hike starts next to the highway and takes about 2 hours to get to the viewpoint
God, look
and
at
then
that.
back down to the bottom. At the top, there's a large white cross, a fort, and a restaurant. But the best sunset views are observed
It's the
from the
view,
open
isn't it?
space to the west of the fort.
Yeah.
Find a spot
looks
here
awesome.
and watch the sun
Wow.
set into the sea. For even better views of the old town, stick around, because we'll get to that at number 2.
Almost want to take a little picnic up there and just
Oh, look at
chill.
that. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
That looks awesome.
Just have to see what time that cable car finishes, and then
Yeah.
you can plan your trip around it. Kayaking.
A fun,
rentals.
adventurous way to see Dubrovnik from the outside is by sea kayak. Taking in the city views from the water is something unique. But besides the
I
old
bet
town
that's,
views,
yeah,
it
look at
also
that.
provides the
That
perfect
looks cool.
opportunity
Probably quite fun
to
as
explore
well.
the rugged coastline
Yeah.
of Dubrovnik. We kayaked
haven't
to the
done
most
that.
beautiful beach in
haven't.
the city, called Cave Beach, which is only accessible
Oh.
via the sea. There are also some smaller hidden caves that you can kayak to, or even the nearby Lokrum Island. You can rent your kayaks from the West Harbor, or you can join a kayaking tour if you're not so experienced. Find more information about that via the link in the description.
It's a pirate ship.
There is a pirate ship. I was just thinking that. And that's like a blues cruise.
Walking the ancient city walls
the
is one of
walls,
our favorite things to
nice.
do in Dubrovnik.
This
They are
looks
the
awesome,
defining
doesn't
feature
it?
of the
Even
city
if you're looking out.
and offer some
Yeah.
superb views over the old town and the shimmering Adriatic Sea.
Yeah, look at
It
that.
takes about 1 to 2
fantastic.
hours to make the full circuit along the thick battlements, and you can start from one of its 3 ticketed entrances. The
You don't
most
mind
fun
that, would you,
aspects
if
of the
it's
walk
nice?
are the towers, forts, and hidden corners that you can find, as well as the
Hidden
glimpses it
corners?
gives you into the courtyards. You can also
Oh.
see a
Really?
beautiful island in the distance, which is another best thing to do in Dubrovnik that we can't wait to show you in a moment. So we're on top of the old town walls here, and we just paid for tickets. It was about 30 euros each, which is pretty expensive, but it also includes the fort over there. And if you're here
Okay.
just for like a day or two, you might want to consider the Dubrovnik Pass, because it includes a lot of the different stuff all around the old town
Yeah,
in
that's
one
pretty
price.
cool.
So we'll leave a link for that
That's
in the
good to know.
description.
Yeah.
I really like how they've done this video.
Yeah.
That they've really utilised Google Earth.
Rector's
you know.
Palace was the seat of the government when Dubrovnik was a self-governing republic.
Okay.
It's a masterpiece of architecture, and now houses the cultural history.
This looks a little bit like the Doge's Palace from Venice.
From
It-
the outside.
yeah, just
Yeah, the
maybe it has. I don't think it's got any resemblance, but it just looks very similar.
Museum, where you can see how the local aristocrats
nice.
once
Nice.
lived. You can also find artifacts from the city's history here,
I don't know why
We
I'm
weren't
trying
allowed
read
to
it.
take
Probably not
videos
in
inside.
English.
but we
Of
do have some
course it's not in
pictures so you know what to
English.
expect.
that looks cool.
Prison cells. That's what I just read.
Where are we going next?
Relax at the beach. Benji Beach.
Beyond the city lies a dramatic coastline that is a perfect place to cool off on a hot summer day. Don't expect sandy beaches, but rather rocky coves here. Banja
Oh.
Beach is the closest one to the
Bit
city,
like England, to be
just a
honest.
5 to
We're
10
used
minute
to
walk
that.
Lots
from
of pebble
Dubrovnik's
beaches.
eastern gate. The beach is mostly pebbly, with shallow and calm waters that are great for swimming.
It's lovely, isn't it?
However, it gets crowded here during the summer, so explore the beaches further away from the old town for a more secluded experience.
Yeah. Nice blue water.
It just looks so cute.
Yeah. Old town.
It just looks inviting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Back inside the city walls of Dubrovnik, we recommend visiting some of the historic
Ooh.
churches. In the
Wow.
old town, you can find many beautiful Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque churches tucked in little alleys and squares. Our top picks include the Dubrovnik Cathedral, the Church of St. Blaise, and the Church of the Holy Annunciation. But our favorite one
Ooh.
was the Church of St. Ignatius because of its beautiful frescoes on the main altar.
Let's see. Nice. Wow. Yeah, I can see that.
I'm not with the lingo. I just don't know what he's talking about in terms of frescoes.
Frescoes, the interior decoration and paintings on the
Ah,
inside.
that's exactly what I thought.
If you
it
want
was.
to leave the city behind for a day, or you simply want to check off another
Ooh.
country,
Ooh.
then you should consider crossing the border to Bosnia
bridge
and
looks amazing.
Is
Herzegovina.
this Bosnia? Okay.
Mostar is arguably the most beautiful town in the
Mostar.
entire country, surrounded by picturesque mountains
Oh, that
and a
looks
scenic route.
nice.
That's lovely.
The Old Town is known for its Ottoman-era houses and bridge. But besides
This is
that,
something out of Lord of the
Mostar
Rings.
also has an
Bridge.
intriguing but shocking history, and more
Ooh,
affordable
excuse
food
me.
and drinks compared to Dubrovnik. Located
Okay.
around
That's
130 kilometers or 81 miles north of Dubrovnik,
Ooh.
this historic city
Ooh.
can be reached by car
like Mitch.
or bus in a couple of
Kind of
hours.
like a kofta, yeah.
We went on a day trip here, which also included a stop
nice.
at some very beautiful waterfalls.
Yeah, that's good.
But it's the historic center of Mostar that is the main
Oh, I
attraction
love
to enjoy
that.
on this day. You can
So
find a link
cool.
for the tour that we
Nice.
did in the
That
description
looks like
below.
a must-do, actually.
Yeah.
And
Mostar.
I've never really considered Bosnia, really. Or I've never thought about Bosnia.
Yeah.
And it looks
Look
beautiful.
at that.
Look at it, it's
So
So this is
amazing.
the best viewpoint in Mostar, and actually it only costs you €1 to enter. It's right next to the mosque, so you can just like pay the fee and then just walk over.
Wow.
That looks cool.
Alternatively, you can do a day trip to
Postcard
the
for
stunning bay
image
and
there.
city
Oh,
of
Montenegro.
Kotor in the neighboring country of Montenegro. We have an entire video about Kotor, including the best things to
Ooh,
do
that's
in this
nice.
fascinating place.
Yeah, that's pretty cool as well.
Oh, here we go.
And back to
Going
Dubrovnik.
back to the fort.
Heading back to the city of
Ah.
Dubrovnik, Fort Lovrijenac is one of the most iconic sights that you'll find. It's worth paying a visit inside for two reasons.
Yeah.
First and foremost, lots of scenes from the TV series Game of Thrones were filmed here.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Many places in Dubrovnik were featured in the series, and you can visit
That's
them
really
during a
cool.
Game of Thrones walking tour, which we've included a
Oh,
link
there
to
you go.
in the
Interesting.
description. Secondly, the fort offers an incredible view of the Old Town. But for the best view of the Old Town, in our opinion, you should head to the hillside above Banja Beach, and we've put the
That
viewpoint
is
where
a
we
long
walked to
walk.
on a
That
map here.
looks
That's
so
quite
You can
far,
also
isn't
find the
it?
exact coordinates
But
in our
yeah.
Worthwhile, though.
amazing.
It's awesome.
Oh, that's the shot from the beginning, I think.
I think this is where they started.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you need a drone
Mm.
to see all these,
Having it,
get all
must
these
be so
amazing
cool having it,
angles. Yeah.
yeah. Lokrum Island.
Finally, you can't leave Dubrovnik without visiting nearby Lokrum Island. This island is viewable from the city walls that we mentioned earlier, but it's much more enjoyable to actually visit the island itself than simply see it from a distance. A short ferry ride connects the
Be like a
Dubrovnik
road
harbor
trip.
to the island throughout the day. It's a swift way to escape the crowds and surround yourself with nature. The island is almost entirely covered with green pine forest. There are walking routes as well, which take you by
Nice.
rocky coves, an old monastery,
Oh,
a
that looks
botanical
lovely.
garden, remnants of a fort, and a salt lake. You can
Ooh.
easily spend a few hours to a full day here.
Hmm. Oh. That looks awesome. You look back.
As we
on the
promised at the beginning
city.
of our video, we'll now highlight a few tips for traveling to Dubrovnik, so you can have the best trip
Okay.
possible.
Let's
First,
see.
visit in the shoulder season if you can. The
What is
summer is
shoulder?
hot and gets extremely
April to
crowded.
May.
Oh, okay. Like an
We
off
visited
peak.
at the end of October and could not have asked for a better time. Second, take decent walking shoes with you
Yes.
and be prepared
that
to walk
looks like
a
just
it
a
lot.
would
given,
be the
isn't it?
case.
The
Yeah.
Old Town is a traffic-free zone, so you have
Oh.
to walk around.
Just
No driving or
No
cycling.
cars. Yeah, makes sense.
Besides that, a large part of the Old Town streets are steep steps.
Wow.
The same is true for the neighborhoods surrounding the Old Town. Finally, stay outside the Old Town for cheaper accommodation deals, and
Kinda
then take
makes
the
sense, I
bus or
suppose.
walk to the Old Town, as there's only limited, expensive parking available.
Our
If you're
TV
planning
is
your
going
Croatia
mad.
trip, we
Talking
recommend
to us.
keeping things organized with our interactive travel planner. Find a discount code below.
Okay.
We also included important links that
think
you'll
that's
need
it.
for your Dubrovnik
that's
trip
it.
in the
Yeah.
description. Such
Yeah, I think they finished.
Well, A huge thanks to World Wild Hearts for making the video. You'll find all their details in the description below. But back to Dubrovnik. Oh yeah, we can get rid of that.
Yeah.
That's all done. So yeah, Dubrovnik.
Dubrovnik looks awesome.
It looks fantastic, doesn't
Loads to do. Lots of history there, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked like the walls,
the city walls. Yeah,
I don't know, everything about it just looks awesome. It's just like a big fortress.
Just wanna, just wanna walk around and taste the food.
I think, to be honest, I think even the kayaking looked pretty.
Yeah,
like,
we haven't done that.
It's
but
not something we would normally do, but it looked like it looked fun to do and not too difficult. Maybe it is. Who knows? We'll be knackered by the time we've done that.
It'll probably be a bit difficult for us.
And also, to be fair, that stop in Bosnia, that town in Bosnia looked fantastic. That looked
amazing.
So I've never.
And also Montenegro is on that list as well, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, but obviously,
it's probably hard to fit it all.
Given the choice, I'd probably go to the Bosnia one just because that looked so cool.
That looked amazing.
Like with that bridge and everything, it's unreal.
There's
so much to see and do.
Another one for our list, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be too. It's going to be
a long
list. Running out of space.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. This was our take on Dubrovnik. Let us know how you feel about it. If there are places there that you would recommend, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.